So this is the Ylock second grade worksheet for week 7. So let's look at the first problems. So rounding. Round each number to the nearest 10. So you guys probably learned this is the 10th place and this is the ones place. So it goes, the order in greatness goes ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and continues. So we don't have to worry about this, but we just worry about these two, ones and tens. So ones is going to be the one on the right side, okay? These are the ones place. And the one that goes to the left, or sorry, the number on the left is the tens place. So if it wants us to round to the nearest 10, so let's look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'll stop at 9. So if it's 5, if it's this number or greater, then you round it to the nearest next number. So this, in this case, this is 6, right? So if this is 6 and this is 2, then what you want to do is, since 6 is greater than 5, then you bump this up one number, make it a 3, and turn 6 into a 0, since you want to keep it at multiples of 10, or nearest, yeah, it's the nearest 10. So let's look at the second problem. So this is a 2, right? So I said this is tens place, this is ones place. So in this case, 2 is less than 5, right? So if 2 is less than 5, then we round this down. So we keep this the same, 3, and then we make the 2 a 0, so it becomes 30. When you're rounding up and down from tens places, remember the ones placeholder, or this number right here, has to become a 0. Whether this number becomes higher or lower, this number has to become 0. So let's do one more and move on. So 83. So if we looked here, 3 is less than 5, right? So 8 stays the same because 3 is less than 5. And then 3 becomes a 0. So the nearest tens place number, sorry, is 80, or 8. Adding two-digit numbers. Use addition to find the total. So let's do first two. So 42 plus 28. So first let's add this side, and then we'll add this side, okay? So 2 plus 8 equals 10. But since this is a double-digit number, we can't just put 10 like that, right? We have to put the tens placeholder. So remember I said that number on the left has to go up here, and then 0 comes down here because that was the ones place. And then you add all three of these numbers. So 1 plus 4 equals 5. 5 plus 2 equals 7. So we drop the 7 down here. And our answer is 70. And then 90 plus 16. So 0 plus 6, since 0 is nothing, and you're adding 6, it's just 6. But on this, in this side, 9 plus 1 equals 10, right? Now, I said that you can't just place the 10 like that, right? But in this case, there's nothing right here, right? So even if you put the 1 up here, it'll just travel all the way back down, come over here, to become 106. Let's go on to the next part. Rounding and adding. Round each number to the nearest 10, then add. So we do two steps here, right? We bump this number up or down, this number up or down, and then add the resulting number together. So 9, what is that? 9 is bigger than 5, right? So if 9 is bigger than 5, we make this we bump it up to make it a 30. So 30 here. And for 15, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we know that all of these numbers are less than 5 and all of these numbers are greater than 5. But what about 5? Well, 5, you want to kind of give it a little bump so that it goes up. So then anything that has 5 in it at the end, you want to bump it up to the next placeholder. So in this case, it's 15, right? So the ones place is 5. So we want to bump it up. So instead of 15, make it 20. 30 plus 20 equals 50. And 42 plus 71. So 42, 2 is less than 5, so we bump it down to 40. And then 71, 1 is also less than 5, so we bump it down and make it 70. And 40 plus 70 is 110. Then last but not least, we'll do word problems. So Mike picks 50 peaches, Charles picks 27 peaches. They use 13 peaches to make a fruit salad. How many peaches do they have left? So first, we have to add these two, right? Because that's the total amount of peaches they have together. Then we're going to have to subtract this from that number because they used up 13, which means they don't have that 13 anymore. So 50 plus 27, here, let me write it like this, is equal to, so 0 is nothing, so 7, drop the 7, and then 5 plus 2 equals 7, equals 77. So this is how many total peaches they have. And then they use 13, so it's 77 minus 13 equals 7 minus 3 equals 4, drop the 4 down, and 7 minus 1 equals 6, drop the 6 down. How many peaches do they have left? They have 64 peaches. Number 2. A farm has 2 kinds of apples. It has 84 of one kind and 56 of another kind. How many apples does the farm have in all? So it's just asking how many apples, right? It doesn't ask how many kinds of apples or anything else, right? So, or what's the difference between the types of apples? So as a whole, we just have to look at 84 and 56 being added together. So let's write that down. 84 plus 56 equals, so 4 plus 6 equals 10, right? So I said carry the 1 for the tens place, drop the 0. Then 8 plus 1 equals 9. 9 plus 5 equals 14. And since there's an extra 1, in this case we could put it here, because this 9 is not actually there, of course. So the answer is 140 apples. So finish the rest of the work and try to, if you have trouble, look back at what I explained. And I'll see you guys next week.